So welcome to a brand new video of our channel. Today we're going to talk about episode number 3, February and 5 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, because all 3 episodes have been released together yesterday, and that is why the time has come to explain these 3 episodes and tell you what has happened in these 3 episodes. By the way, friends, I have also covered episode number 1 and 2 of this series. If you have not seen them, then before this video you can go to our channel and watch that video so that you understand the whole story of this series. Rest friends, if you like today's video, then you must like the video. Write Spider-Man in the comments, and those who have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe quickly, and yes, press the bell icon next to the subscribe button. So then let us start today's amazing video without any delay. So before knowing the story of episode 3, February and 5 of this series, let us recap episode number 1 and 2 so that till now the series, so that we are clear about what has happened in episode 1 and 2. We saw that Peter Parker is a normal teenager who joins Midtown High School and starts studying there, but on the very first day of school, he is bitten by a radioactive spider, due to which Peter Parker gets the powers of Spider-Man, and then only after that he prepares a suit for himself, and wearing that suit, he beats up the goons of the city and helps the people. But then one day, suddenly Norman Osborn of this universe comes to Peter's house, and he offers Peter an internship in his company. After which Peter also joins that internship, and from the next day, starts working in O-Scope Industries. But on the first day of his internship, Peter sees in the news that a goon has set fire to an entire building in his city, and that is why Peter Parker wears his Superman suit from there, and comes out of Oscorp Industries, and directly beats up that goon. But when Peter comes back inside Oscorp, then a guard takes him directly to Norman Osborn's office, and after reaching there, Norman Osborn shows Peter the video in which Peter was becoming Spider-Man, and while showing that video, Norman Osborn tells him that now he knows that he is Spider-Man. Now episode number 3 starts exactly from where episode 2 ended, and here we see that Norman shows Peter the video and says that I know that you are Spider-Man, and that is why Peter also gets shocked after seeing this. But then the scene shifts, and in the next scene we see Peter with his friend Nico, and both of them are in Nico's room at this time. Here Peter is sitting with Nico and playing a game, but even at this time the same thing is going on in his mind, that Norman Nosebone has come to know about him. Now here Nico notices that Peter is very worried about something, and that is why Nico asks Peter that why is he worried after all. Hearing this, Peter tells Nico that Norman Osborn has invited him for dinner tonight. Nico is very happy to hear this, but we see that Peter is very nervous about this, and obviously this is because Norman Osborn has come to know about him being Spider-Man, and that is why Peter also thinks that maybe Norman Osborn will tell his aunt about Peter being Spider-Man. But now it is night only after this, and Peter goes straight to have dinner with Norman Osborn. When Peter reaches here, Norman Osborn welcomes him very well, and he makes him sit with him to eat food. After coming here, Peter tells Osborn that I know that you are feeling that I am Spider-Man, but the reality is that I am not Spider-Man, and the video that you saw, maybe one of your security people is pranking you, because your security person has shown you such a fake video for fun. But after hearing this, Norman Osborn tells him that, as you were saying, it cannot be so, because the camera through which I have seen your video is my personal camera, and only I can access that security camera, and that is why, Peter, I know that you are Spider-Man. Now further, Norman Huben tells Peter that Peter, actually, the thing is that many days ago, my son was saved by Spider-Man, because at that time some boys were harassing my son, and during that time, he was about to collide with a truck, but at the same time Spider-Man came and saved my son's life, and also taught a lesson to those 3 bad boys, and as soon as I came to know about this, from that very day, I was looking for Spider-Man, so that I could thank Spider-Man for saving my son's life, but now, because Spider-Man wears a mask, so I could never find Spider-Man, but only after that I found out a way that I can follow Spider-Man and reach him. And then after seeing Spider-Man and listening to his voice, I came to know that he is definitely a teenager, and along with that he uses web shooters like Spider-Man. Only a great scientist can create it. But now, because all the great scientists of the city work in my company, that's why I paid attention to the children of the city who are very intelligent. And then I came to know about 4 children, out of which the first was Mad Cho, the second was Jean, the third was Asha, and the fourth was you, that is Peter Parker, and to be precise, Peter. Initially I thought that maybe you help Spider-Man and you prepare his web shooters for Spider-Man, but now finally I have come to know that you are Spider-Man. Now only after this Norman Osborn tells Peter that Peter, the thing is that I want to help you. I will help you with my science and technology, and will make your Spider-Man suit more advanced. But as Peter hears this, he tells Norman Osborn that please do not help me. I do not need any help from you, and I also request you that I am Spider-Man. Do not tell Aunt May about this. Hearing this, Osborn tells Spider-Man that he should not tell her anything about This there is no need to worry, because Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He will not tell anyone about this, and this secret will remain only between the two of them. But now, after this, Peter Parker tells Norman Osborn that I think you gave me the internship because you wanted to find Spider-Man through me, and now that is why I am leaving this internship. Anyway, if you live near me, then you can also be harmed due to me being Spider-Man. And then saying this, Peter starts leaving from there. But before leaving, Norman Osborn gives a check of $1,000 to Peter Parker, and he tells Peter that you have worked for 1 day with me, and that is why let me do this much for you. Along with this, he also gives Peter this offer that whenever he changes his mind and wants to come to him, he can come. Norman Osborn will always welcome him. Now, after this, Peter leaves from there, and we are shown the scene of the next day. Next day, we see that Peter goes to his school, and after reaching there, Peter meets his classmate. After meeting Peter in school, Lonnie comes to pick up Peter, and here Peter sees that Lonnie is very happy, on which he comes to know that actually Lonnie is so happy because Peter and Lonnie got A+ in the science project they were working on, and now, because of being with Peter, Lonnie also got A+. That is why Lonnie is very happy with Peter, and he gives today's lunch to Peter as a treat, and he tells Peter that today he can eat whatever he wants in lunch, however, only after this, when all three of them are sitting and having lunch. At the same time, we see that Lonnie gets a call from his home, and he comes to know that his mother is very upset at home, and that is why Lonnie has to go home as soon as possible. Now for this, Lonnie asks Pearl to drop him to his home in her car, after which Pearl also quickly makes Lonnie sit in her car, and she leaves to drop him directly to his home. Here on the other side, we see that an unknown boy and girl are coming with a bag full of money. They go to an unknown street, and here both of them talk to each other that we both have to leave all this money here, because only after keeping the money here, he will give us his gadget. And then we see that both of them come to an unknown street and put their money in the dustbin there, after which the dustbin turns into a robot and gets up from there, and the couple standing in front sees a box there, inside which there is the same tech item which they have bought with that money, although friends from whom this couple has bought this tech, we will know later. But as soon as this couple gets the tech, both of them quickly use it and go straight inside a jewelry shop and steal all the jewelry there and run away. But then at the right time, Spider-Man comes there and he stops both those criminal couples there. But we see that both of them together beat Spider-Man very badly and pick up Spidey and throw him. Although at the same time, we see Lonnie on the other side, who Pal quickly drops him at his home, and then she leaves from there. After this, Lonnie quickly enters his house and talks to his mother. At the same time, Lonnie also notices that a policeman is standing outside his house, who is talking to his father at this time. Lonnie does not understand anything after seeing this, but his mother tells him that actually Lonnie's younger brother has joined a group of many black men, a group which is a gang of criminals, and along with the same gang members, Lonnie's younger brother was vandalizing a building. That's why the police caught him. But now, because Lonnie's brother was very young, the policeman brought him to his house, and the police did not charge any case against his brother. Lonnie gets very angry after hearing this, and that's why he asks his mother where his younger brother is, on which his mother tells him that his younger brother is in his room at this time. Now Lonnie's younger brother's name is Andre, and that's why Lonnie enters his room directly shouting Andre's name. But he sees that Andre is not in his room, and he has escaped from the house by jumping from the window. After this, Lonnie quickly tracks his brother's GPS, and he reaches directly to him while searching for his brother. Now this place is actually the den of the same gang which Lonnie's brother Andre has joined, and at this time Lonnie's younger brother Andre is also sitting with all those people and playing games, but Lonnie gets angry at his brother, and he starts leaving from there taking him. But before leaving from there, we see that the leader of that gang stops Lonnie and his brother. That leader tells Lonnie that his name is Big Don, and he is the leader of this whole gang, and the name of this gang is 110th Street Gang, and this gang is a gang of all black men. Hearing this, Lonnie tells him that he has not actually come here to mess with anyone, but he has just come to take his younger brother, and he is going home with his younger brother. But after listening to Lonnie, Big Don tells him that his younger brother Andre came here on his own will, and he joined our gang himself, and that is why after joining my gang, no one can leave the gang without my permission. Now after hearing this, Lonnie understands that his younger brother Andre is trapped inside this group, and that is why Lonnie tells Big Don that his younger brother Andre is very young, and that is why he should let him go, and in return Lonnie himself will join his gang. Big Don likes this offer, and that is why he lets Andre go, and he includes Lonnie in his gang. Now at this time we see Spider-Man on the other side, who is having a lot of problems fighting with that couple at this time. At the same time, the police also come here at this time, but the police is also unable to do anything to both of them. Only after this, Norman Osborn hacks the surrounding cameras and also hacks Spidey's phone, and through all this, He talks to Spidey and says that he was watching this fight of Spidey for a long time. And now that's why he wants to help Spider-Man here. Norman Oz tells Spider-Man that the tech they are using is the tech they just got, and that's why they won't be able to handle the tech properly. And that's why you should provoke them both, so that they can't handle their powers and make some big mistake, due to which you will be able to defeat them. After this, Spidey does the same, and he starts provoking them both, after which they make a mistake and Spidey catches them and beats them and ties them both with his web and makes them lie down, after which the police catches them both and takes them away. After this, Peter goes straight to Norman Osborn and he meets him in his office and thanks him, and at the same time, he also tells Norman Osborn that he is ready to team up with him, after which both of them shake hands and prepare their team. But friends, this is where episode number 3 ends and episode 4 starts. In the beginning of episode 4, we see that Lonnie is sitting with his gang at this time, but now because Lonnie does not want to join this gang, he is sitting here doing his school homework, but the leader of the gang, Big Don, gets very angry seeing this, and that is why he throws Lonnie's book and tells Lonnie to quietly go to the store told by him and go there and bring hot dogs by taking his name, and if he takes his name at the store, then the store owner will not take money from him. Hearing this, Lonnie goes straight to the same store and takes a lot of hot dogs from there by taking Big Don's name. But as soon as Lonnie takes Big Don's name there, we see that all the people sitting in that store get alert, and they start chasing Lonnie to catch him, but Lonnie somehow escapes from them, and after escaping from them, he enters the metro and leaves from there. After this, only after coming to Big Don, he asks Big Don what all this is and why were those people after him. Knowing this, Big Don tells him that actually there is another gang like our gang, whose name is Scorpion Gang, and all those people who were after him are the people of Scorpion Gang, and there is a figure of 36 between Scorpion Gang and our gang. That is why whenever our people meet each other, then there is a fight between us. Along with this, he also tells Lanny here that the leader of the Scorpion Gang is very dangerous, and his name is Matt Gargan. And by the way, friends, let me tell you that Matt Gargan is the same who becomes Scorpion in Marvel Universe. But if we talk about this series, then here he did not become Scorpion, but he is definitely the leader of a gang named Scorpion Gang. But Lanny gets scared after hearing all this, and that is why he tells Big Don that, look, I do not want to work in such a dangerous environment, and that is why I want to leave your gang, because I want to stay out of all these troubles. But after listening to Lanny, Big Don tells him that now even if he wants, he cannot leave our gang. He cannot leave because now the Scorpion Gang members know him, and if he roams alone, they will definitely beat him up. But yes, if he stays in our gang, he will get the support of our gang, and he will be saved from the Scorpion Gang, and that is why, friends, Lonnie is forced to remain a member of this gang. On the other side, we again see Norman Osborn and Spidey, and now, because both of them have teamed up, we see that Norman Oz shows many of his suits to Spider-Man, and while showing the suits, he tells Spidey that he has designed all these suits for Spidey, and out of those, he gives one suit to Spidey, seeing which Spidey says that this suit is quite similar to Thor's suit. Although Spidey does not like this suit, but on the advice of Norman OS1, he wears that suit. After this, wearing this suit, Spidey goes to save people in the city. In the city, we see that two thieves snatch a purse from a lady. They start running, but then Spidey comes in front of them, and he asks them to stop, but as soon as Spidey jumps in front of them, we see that due to his cave, Spidey gets stuck in the middle and starts asking for help from those two bad boys, and he asks both of them to help him get down, but those two bad boys take advantage of this, and they beat Spidey a lot with a wooden stick and an iron rod, and then both of them beat Spidey and run away from there. After this, Spidey goes straight to Norman Osborn, and he tells him that this suit has failed, but even after this, Norman Osborn gives many different suits to Spider-Man and asks him to use all those suits one by one. But like the first suit, all the other suits also fail. Then, tired of all these things, Peter tells Norman Osborn that he also has his own design for his suit, and so he wants to work on his design, only after which Norman Osborn gives him the opportunity to work on his suit. One also agrees to Peter's design. However, friends, at the same time, we also see in the news that in this universe too, the Avengers are divided into two parts and a civil war takes place between them. Along with this, due to the Sokovia codes, the civil war here also takes place at the airport in Germany, some glimpses of which are also seen in the news, and that is why, after seeing this news, Spidey asks Norman Owen whether the impact of the Sokovia courts will be on him too, on which Norman Owen tells him that he need not worry because he will take care of all these things. Now only after this, Norman Owen prepares a new suit for Spider-Man, which is a black and white color, and Spidey also likes this suit very much, and that is why he wears this suit. But then, friends, at the same time, we see that 4 Russian criminals are running away from a place after looting. The names of these 4 are Dmitri, Michael, Raxo, and Mila, and all four of them are running away in a van. So the police are chasing them. But to escape from the police, they hit many vehicles on the way, due to which many people get into an accident, and some vehicles also catch fire. And as Spidey sees all this, Spider-Man quickly goes to all those people and saves their lives one by one. At this time, we see that those four criminals understand that now the police has probably surrounded them from all sides, and that is why now they will not be able to escape, and that is why one of those four girls, whose name is Mila, jumps from the car and runs away, and before leaving she tells the three that if her three companions get trapped, she will definitely come to save them. Only after this we see that all three are caught by the police, after which the police arrest all three of them and send them to jail. However, only after this we see this party, which after saving everyone's life, goes straight to Norman, and after going there, takes off his mask while talking to Norman Osborn, but only after that Peter notices that their Harry Osborn is also sitting there, and that is why Harry also comes to know Peter's identity there, and he also comes to know that Peter is Spider-Man. But friends, only after this we see Mila, who goes straight to an unknown street and meets a man there, and we also see that the man is none other than Dr. Otto Octavius. But this is where episode 4 ends, but then as soon as episode 5 starts, it starts from the same place where episode 4 ended, and that is why in the beginning of episode 5 we see that Dr. Otto meets Octavius. And only after coming here we also come to know that Dr. Otto Octavius is working on a very big mission of his, which he is going to execute very soon. But at the same time, he also makes many small dangerous gadgets and sells them to criminals for money, and that is why the couple whom we saw buying gadgets in the beginning of episode 4 also bought their gadget from Dr. Otto Octavius. Here Mila also deals with Dr. Otto Cuss, after which Dr. Otto Cuss gives her a helmet, which is such a helmet that can shoot laser. Here on the other side we again see Peter, who is sitting with Norman and Harry Osborn at this time. Here Norman Osborn tells Peter that Peter, now Harry has also come to know about you, and he has come to know that you are Spider-Man, and that is why I have decided that from now on I have hired Harry to help you. And this is because I have a lot of work in my company, due to which it is very difficult for me to help you. And that is why I want that from now on Harry helps you, because Harry also has a lot of knowledge like me. But after hearing this, Peter tells Norman Osborn that he should not say this, but Harry Osborn is still very young, and hence, he does not have experience. But after hearing this, Norman Osborn tells him that Harry will also get experience with time. Along with this, we also see that Harry Osborn is also very happy with this work. Norman Osborn is happy, and after introducing Harry and Peter, he leaves from there. After which we see that Harry and Peter have a very good conversation. Along with that, Harry Osborn also comes to drop Peter to his school. But when Harry comes to drop Peter to school in his sports car, we see that all the children of Peter's school and even the teachers notice this, and because of this Peter becomes very popular in the school. And not only this, when Peter reaches the class, his classmate Nico tells him that Harry Osborn is not only the son of Norman Osborn, but he is also very famous on social media, and that is why Peter has also become very famous in the school because of staying with Harry. But after this, we see Lonnie, who of course got trapped by joining Big Don's gang, and he had to give time to that gang, even though he did not want to. Because of giving time to that gang, we know that Lonnie was also missing his practice of his rugby game for a long time, and that is why Lonnie's the coach scolds him and explains to him that he should give time here. Hearing this, Lonnie says yes to the coach, but as soon as he comes to the practice, he sees that he is getting a call from Big Don again. Lonnie tells him that he is in school and is practicing at that time, but Big Don does not listen to him, and he tells him that whatever happens, he will have to come back to the gang, and then that is why we see that Lonnie has to go back to the gang. That too by leaving the practice of his game, but now only after this the scene shifts and we see a gang of Russian criminals in the jail. Mela reaches here, and she breaks the walls of the jail using the gadget given by Dr. Otto Custis and runs away from there with her 3 companions. Here only after this we see that when Lonnie reaches Big Don's gang, then Big Don gathers his whole gang and goes straight to fight with the Scorpion gang, and at this time inside the Scorpion gang, their leader McGargan is also there. Now here there is a fight between these 2 gangs, and in this fight we see that Mac Gargan, i.e. Scorpion, is about to stab Big Don from behind, but Lonnie saves him at the right time, and he pushes Mac Gargan and makes him fall, but then at the same time the police arrives there, due to which the members of both the gangs have to run away from there. Only after this all the members of Big Don's gang come to their hideout, and their Big Don is very happy with Lonnie, and he announces in front of everyone that I Am Gargan was about to stab him, but Lonnie came at the right time and showed his bravery, and he saved his i.e. Big Don's life, and that is why he is very happy with Lonnie. And then because of Big Don saying this, we also see that Lonnie gets a lot of respect in the whole gang. But then friends, Only after this the scene shifts and we directly see the Russian criminals. Now we see that these 4 Russian criminals, Dmitri and Roxana, both escape from there, but Spider-Man catches Michael and Mila, and he fights with them to stop them, but in this fight, Michael overpowers Spidey because of her gadgets, and not only this, but she attacks her partner Michael to show her powers to Spidey, but at the right time Spidey comes in front of her and saves Michael's life, but due to the attack Spidey gets injured, and that's why Michael catches Spidey and is about to kill him, but before she can do so, Michael comes to her and he removes his helmet from his head, due to which she is unable to kill Spidey, and Michael does this because some time ago Spidey had saved his life, for which now he has saved Spidey's life, but then only after this we see that the police comes there and they arrest both Michael and Mila, but before Michael leaves he tells Spidey that Spidey had saved his life, and that's why Spidey should not think that he has become his friend. So if he comes in front of Spidey next time, he will beat him badly. Now when the police arrest both of them from here, then Spidey remembers that he had actually planned to watch a movie with Nico during the day, and that's why he quickly goes straight to Nico. But Nico sees that Peter has also brought Harry with him there, and that's why Nico feels a little strange seeing Harry there. But she ignores this thing, and then only after this the 3 of them go inside to enjoy, after which this episode ends. So friends, this was the video on episode number 3, 4, and 5. How did you like our video and the story of these 2 episodes? You must tell me in the comments, and if you all have any other recommendation, then you can also tell me that in the comments. If you like the rest of the video, then like the video and subscribe to my channel. The rest I will meet you in some other such great video. Till then, goodbye.